All right, we are recording, so welcome to the Team Nourished Team Call. It is October the 1st. Woo! It's October. I'm always stoked about a new month, especially in the fall. Even though Hawaii doesn't really have a fall, I'm still stoked about it. So let me screen share with you guys and get right into it. Can y'all see my fun little slideshow? Yay, awesome, good. Okay, so again, welcome to the Team Nourished Team Call. We are going to get started tonight. Congratulations with our recognition. This is recognition mostly from September, since, you know, it's October 1st, and there may be some people with points on the board October 1st, I don't know, but so far they aren't showing. So here we are celebrating September, which is a good thing to do. We should always celebrate every win for every month, even little ones, big ones, doesn't matter. Weekly top 5, congratulations, Carrie Summers, Paige Yorgi at number 2, myself and my second CBC at number 3, Renee Koth at number 4, and Edrika Green at number 5. And then we have some Success Club earners for last month. Myself ended up the month at SC12, Carrie Summers, SC6, and again, I will shout it from the rooftops, it really should be 10 because she had to work herself back from a -4. So to me, that is SC10. So congrats, Carrie, whether they recognize you or not, I recognize your effort. Paige Yorgi coming in at SC6, and I have absolutely loved getting to watch her recommit to her business and really get that fire and that passion back. So congratulations, Paige, on hitting SC6. Kendall Fawns at SC2, Enrica Green at SC2, Renee Koth at SC2, Melissa Thrift at SC2. Oh, Jennifer Lotes is at SC2 as well. Katie Garrett is at SC2. Amanda Brendel, SC2. Amanda is a brand new coach on Michelle King's team, and she is halfway to Emerald as well. And then Renee Scott at SC2, and Renee Scott is also a brand new coach who came in for the discount but decided she was having so much fun and her husband was drinking all over Shakeology that she was going to enroll her husband, which I think is a fan-freaking-tastic idea. Are you guys ready? Because I think the next slide is our first announcement. Nope, just kidding. Just kidding. This is a brief rundown of the ranking system that Beachbody holds, which is important for tonight's announcement, just FYI. But I feel like everybody on the call understands. Get yourself to Emerald. That has to be your very first job. Enroll 2 coaches. I know all of you guys on the call are Emerald. So your next job is Diamond. And that is going to be what our big announcement is tonight. We have some people waiting to get in. I do not like that they made me restart this stupid waiting room for our call. It really annoys me that they reopened that. Hello, Renee. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so you guys know the rank system. I'm not going to write it down. If you are watching the replay, take a screenshot of this and study it on your own time. Just an FYI for all new coaches watching, and just coach must-knows, not just new coach. Our core mission is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. And that starts with you. And we are going to be, our main content, our main meat of tonight's call is going to be about your own journey and sharing that and paying that forward into inviting and how to use the nutrition programs to invite, but also how to use them to your own benefit and get the most meat out of them for yourself. And then also how to coach other people in our nutrition system, because that is a big, big part of this. As you guys know, nutrition is, in my opinion, about 80% of the equation. I find a lot, well, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, start your Beachbody Challenge, get results like a boss. Your nutrition is a gigantic portion of that. Practice the vital behaviors. Our 4 vitals for Beachbody are: be proof the product works every day. That goes back to do your Beachbody Challenge. Vital number 2, connect, invite, and follow up. When you are actively engaged in your own journey and your own journey goes well, guess what's really easy to invite to? This. You kind of can't help sharing it because you're so excited, you're like bubbling over. That's the same thing here. Help people get results and recognize them. Again, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight on the nutrition front. And then vital number 4 is personal development. You guys, I can't speak highly enough about what you should be doing for personal development. It goes so much deeper than just plugging in a podcast and doing the thing. Our minimum for Beachbody is hitting SC6. That means that your business has moved forward that month. It means that you got your supplements taken care of. It means, because we enroll the majority of people as coaches and not clients, it means you're going to continue to hit Emerald over and over and over again to continue to build your rank, build your income, etc., and all the things. We do, actually, I think the next one is, oh, why do I keep hitting enter? There we go. Mark your calendars. Guys, Monday's huge. It's kind of really freaking huge. Number one, this is what I was going to say about the coach training. New Coach University kicks off on Monday. It's always the first Monday of every month. So if you have a coach on your team that is excited and new and wants to learn how they can do this as a business, New Coach University is the perfect place for them. So don't be afraid to reach out to your new coaches and say, hey, we have New Coach University that kicks off on Monday. Is that something you'd be interested in? Just could help you earn a little side income or maybe a little more. So that starts Monday. 30-day breakaway starts Monday, the coach launch. Our team break into running test group launches on Monday as well. We're going to discuss this Diamond Dash thing that I'm going to talk to you about. So guys, Monday is huge. October 5th apparently is the day of all days to do all the things. So mark your calendars, circle in red, do what you got to do, but make sure you are up early and paying attention on Monday. We have a big announcement. Guess what? Team Nourished is hosting our very first Diamond Retreat. I am super, super stoked to be doing this. All day long, I've been talking with Jackie because we are going to be co-hosting it with her here on the island of Oahu. We are going to be renting some cabins and staying directly on the water. Here is kind of your rundown of all the things. I have a post that's going to be, it's scheduled to go up in our team page. It's like at the 4 o'clock hour here, that is going to be a little more detailed account of this. But guys, this is huge. I have never ever run a Diamond Retreat before. I have been invited personally to so many of them, and I have been dying to pay this forward to our team. But as I was talking to Jackie about it today, and I'm going to just be vulnerable and honest and open with you guys, I have always held back for a couple of reasons. Number one, I have not always known that I would have enough people to fill it. To be flat out honest, I was always scared to put this out there because what happens if I decide, excuse me, we're going to do this Diamond Retreat and I ain't got no friggin' diamonds. So then I look like an ass who doesn't have any diamonds at a Diamond Retreat that I've hyped up for 3 months, right? That's fear. That's self-limiting belief. If we're going to commit to not living by that bullshit story anymore, guess what you have to do? You have to take the step outside of your comfort zone and do the things. The other thing, it's always been childcare or travel or COVID or this or that. You guys, we will figure out the details as they come along. This is what we're shooting for. I do need to check on which dates the cabins are open, the 14th or the 21st. So that's the only reason why there are 2 options. If you have a very specific commitment for one of those days and you are going to be shooting for this Diamond Retreat, then, send me a private message and we can talk about that. Listen, the 21st, I'm having knee surgery or something like that. I really want to go, whatever. I don't know. Just know that these are the 2 dates that we're looking at renting the cabins. So who qualifies for this? Our 2021 Diamond Retreat is for all diamonds who hold the qualifications. And I will explain the qualifications. And then the post that will go up will have everything completely laid out in it. All diamonds must be lifetime diamonds. That means you must hold your diamond for 6 weeks in the 4th quarter. You do not get invited to the retreat unless you hold your diamond for 6 weeks in the 4th quarter. The very last possible date to start this qualification is 11/26. Don't circle that date on your calendar. That's a really stupid rookie move. Do not. And I'll tell you why in the next slide, but do not circle that date. Circle the 19th. Do not go into qualification on the 26th. A, that's freaking Thanksgiving. B, that puts you at finalizing qualification on the very last day of the year. I think it's the 31st. You do not want to hold qualification over Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. You just don't. So do your best to go into qualification as early as possible in the fourth quarter. We started the fourth quarter today, by the way. So you can start qualifying for this next Thursday. So do not wait until the very last day or you will hate your life. Don't do it. You are expected to show up at the retreat in January as a paid diamond. So that means you need to hold it. You know, to me, diamond isn't something that you get and then drop, you know, over and over and over. You need to get it and do your best to hold it and continue to build. So you are rewarded for that with the diamond retreat. All diamonds are responsible for travel expenses to and from Hawaii, not covering your plane ticket, but almost literally everything else is covered. Your accommodations, catered meals at the house, Shako and other supplements, I will have all of that. Snacks at the house. We are going to have a professional photo shoot on the beach in the mountains somewhere, probably here-ish, because this is like one of my favorite spots on the entire island. I want to have a professional headshot of you guys. I want you guys to have a little fun photo shoot. We'll do hair or makeup for the photos that will be covered. And then all materials for corporate trainings, vision, mindset workshops, all of that. And then any other incidentals. So like if you want to go to the store and buy a cute little hula girl for your dashboard, I'm not buying you a hula girl. You got to buy your own hula girl. And if you decide you want a coconut on the side of the road, like, then you're going to buy your own coconut on the side of the road. But everything else is covered for by myself. Obviously, get back here. Crazy thing. Sorry, I have so many options open all over my thing. And then obviously we will make whatever adjustments need to be made if for whatever reason life goes back on lockdown and we can't travel, we can't do anything like that, COVID policies and all of that, we will make adjustments. But my fingers are crossed for an amazing in-person retreat. You guys, I'm sick and tired of not being around my people, and I want to hug the living shit out of you guys and squeeze you until you pop. And so I don't care if you don't like hugs, it doesn't matter. If you come to this, I will hug you. Okay. So with all of that said, get excited, get pumped. Oh, and just so you know, Kendall, I know you aren't on my direct downline team. I'm assuming Carrie's behind this too. So if you're going to push for this, then I assume Carrie would be, you know, covering your diamond retreat for you as if you were her, you know, my own coach. So everyone on our team is invited to participate in this. Okay, so in order to assist you in that effort, I have joined forces with Cece Davis, who came and spoke on our team call a couple nights ago, or a couple weeks ago, and then Jen Hines. And we are hosting, starting this coming Monday, Road to Retreat, October 5th through the 19th. So this is a different kind of group. Many of you guys have not been involved. I think Amanda Harold, you're probably the only one on our team that's been involved in any kind of thing like this before. But it is a paid group. So this is not just like, I don't know, just a fly by the seat of your pants. Like, oh yeah, I'll sit there and be a fly on the wall. You pay in to participate in this group. But with that, sorry, this is copy pasted, so I'll edit this in a minute. But with that said, myself, Jen, and Cece will also be putting $50 of our own money into this pot. So $150 extra that we will not earn. Like, we don't keep any of this money. This is for you guys. Anyone who hits diamond and falls into the qualifications for this gets a payout of the pot. Meaning if the pot is $500 and you're the only one from the group that hits the qualifications, guess who gets $500? You. If two people hit diamond, then you get 250. Literally, my only thing was, when I did this before, was get my money back. You will always, if you lean in and do the work and get yourself to diamond in this timeline, you will get at minimum your 20, I mean, you'd have to get more than $20 back because CC, Jen, and I are fronting 150 for it. So you will make additional money if you participate in this. So I do need you guys, because we are starting on Monday. I will be sending out a private message to everyone on our team tonight, tomorrow, something like that, to get like all of the final, like I'll get you the group where you're going to be added in and get your pay in and your, because the other thing that's required is your diamond roadmap. So in order to be even allowed into the group, you do have to fill out a diamond roadmap. I'll provide that for you. You're just going to fill in the names. starts October 5th. The last day to begin qualification is November 19th. This is what I was saying about the other, that one. Even though the last date is the 26th, the last date for this is the 19th. So we want to reward you for not sitting on your laurels and waiting until the very last minute to qualify, meaning you get a cut of the pot if you do that. So payout is December 24th. You must hold diamond for 6 weeks in order to earn the pot. If you are a fallen diamond, meaning you have been diamond before and you've lost diamond, you are allowed to still do this group. You just have to enroll a minimum of 6 coaches between October 5th and November 19th. Shouldn't be an issue. If you are a brand new diamond, meaning you have never hit diamond before, you must enroll 4 coaches minimum, plus, whatever else it takes you personally to get to diamond. So if you need emeralds, you got to, you're worried about all that stuff, but 4 coaches minimum. We did discuss building spouse accounts for this because I know a lot of you guys have a spouse account or a parent account or one of your controlled CBCs. That's why for new diamonds, it's set a little bit lower because sometimes those other 2 people you may be giving to your spouse account to make your spouse account emerald, if that makes sense. Oh gosh, this thing keeps going crazy over top of it. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to be simple action items. Tuesday, Thursday, we are having guest speakers. And when I say guest speakers, I mean people like Moira, Aaron Hopkins, Meredith, top coaches, top 100 coaches are going to be coming in to train you guys on short clipped videos of exactly, like, they'll have all different topics, but exactly how they have built their businesses, got their coaches to diamond, and continue to succeed in this business. So I'm really, really stoked about this. Why is this a problem? If you guys want to be involved in this, please let me know ASAP so that I can get you the information. If you know 100%, yes, I am in it, just send me a message either now, or like directly after the call so that I can give you that information for the group. Okay, a couple of other little announcements. We have a lot of announcements tonight, you guys. I'm going to close that. 30-day breakaway. I mean, I feel like you'd have to be living underneath of a rock to not know that 30-day breakaway is launching on Monday. It is launching for coaches only. So if you have customers that are like, I want to do it, you need to upgrade them to a coach. End of story. They should have been a coach before, but it's time to upgrade them to a coach. What else about this? October 5th, and then early access starts the 19th. Our group will start on the 5th. But that whole first week, so the 5th through the 11th, is all a prep week. So as they get enrolled, I mean, I have a whole freaking list of people that I'm enrolling and sending share carts to on the 5th. So as soon as they enroll, I'm popping them in that group. There's going to be a welcome post. It's going to tell them exactly what they need to do on their first day of doing this and how to get set up to get started so that we begin running on the 12th. Day 1 of the program is the 12th. Do not tell people it's the 12th, because guess what they do? The 11th at 11:59, they're like, is it too late? Can I do it? October 12th is here. Can I do it now? I get paid on the 11th. Like, no, do it on the 5th. You can do it. You're fine. Okay, that's that. Oh, and this is the other thing about 30-day breakaway. The PDF will be loaded. So this is what I was going to show you guys. Hold on. Let me exit out of this. Hold on. I think I'm going to stop share really quick. Okay. Give me just a second. So Meredith and Jacqueline put together this cool little thing, and I have the PDF to share with you guys. I changed the front image because I don't know any of those girls. So I changed the front image to people we know and people on our team. Because look, there's Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Jackie. There's me. I think that's Carrie. Carrie's right there. So this is more of our direct team. I just changed it to that. But this is a PDF that you can send your people who are interested in trying 30-day breakaway. So you can send them this. They can click. This is a PDF, so they can click directly on that. It will take them to the Vimeo of the program. They can click on the PDF and get 14 other workouts. They can click on the PDF and it takes them inside of Beachbody On Demand app. If you click on the PDF, it will tell them all the different things about Shakeology and all the things like that. It is not linked. It does have the information for the 3 different packages for 30-day breakaway. So 160 and then 219. Excuse me. It is not linked to me or any specific coach. There's not a single way that they can trace this back to a different coach. So for all your people know, you created this. So show up with authority, act like you created it, and put it out there, okay? But this is a really, really great way to give people tangible things that they can see so that when they, ask questions about it, you have the resources and you look like a pro, so you can give them that. Of course, there's people in the waiting room now that I turned the waiting room thing off. Okay. Let's see, stop share. I will do that. And then, yay. Oh, Paige, it's only 20. Just so you know. Oh my God, you live in Hawaii, Paige. I mean, yes, it's still going to be a dream because you can be a part of it and have it all paid for, but you better not miss it anyway. And it's only $20 buy-in. It's not 50. Cece, Jen, and I are going to be fronting 50 in case that wasn't clear. Amanda Harold, I assume that's you. Yeah, you're in, and Renee, you're in. Good stuff. Okay, that's perfect. And then what else did I need to say? Is there anything else I needed to go over before we keep going? Did anybody have any questions about our ridiculous amount of 25 freaking minutes of announcements, you guys? That's crazy. Does anybody have a question before I move on? Shake your heads, nod your tails. Okay. All right. Let's screen share back to our meat and potatoes for tonight. And I say meat and potatoes because it's about food. And who doesn't like food? We're so cute. I love it. Okay. Of course, I restarted everything, right? There we go. So tonight's call is about leveraging the nutrition programs to get yourself and your customers the best results. So if you guys go back, what do I click that? Go back to our core mission is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. Guess what that should be? Get results. That should be, we help people get results. I was talking to Jess Griffin, who is one of the new 15-star diamond coaches on Together Rising. And she had mentioned that her biggest, I asked her, I said, what do you think has been the biggest catalyst to your team freaking skyrocketing in the last 2 years? And she said, number one was vision, which guys, I mean, if I talked about vision one more time, I think nobody would ever come to our calls again. So number one is vision, and everybody has the same mindset about the vision. And number two is we focus on getting people results. At the end of the day, that's our job as coaches, is to get ourselves results and to get other people results. There's people get wrapped up in recruiting and wrapped up in building a team and wrapped up in all of the other BS that goes along with building a coaching business. Guys, at the end of the day, it's about getting results. It's about getting yourself results, and it's about getting other people results. And so we need to really lean in to get those people results. If you are in my boot camp today, I went live. It's October 1st, went live in there. Our boot camp ends tomorrow, right? Friday, yes. Tomorrow is the last day of our boot camp. They are required to post their progress photos. I'm not calling them afters anymore. They're progress photos. So they need to post their progress photos because why? Because we're results minded. That's what our whole business is built on. And if we aren't assisting them in getting results of some kind, we aren't doing our jobs. And granted, we can't do it for them. It's kind of like when you go to the dentist, right? A dentist's job is to help you keep your teeth healthy. If every time you went to the dentist, your teeth were no healthier, he or she is not doing their job. kind of the same thing. If every time these people do our boot camps, they aren't getting results and they aren't, because nobody shows up or whatever, or we're not doing our end of the bargain, why would they want to keep coming back? I mean, they might as well take their money and flush it down the toilet. That's not what we're here for. And so if we can shift our focus into getting them kick-ass results and getting ourselves kick-ass results, the team growth, the boot camp growth, our business growth flows out of that. Because like I mentioned at the head of our call, when you are excited about your results, you can't help but share it. People can't help but notice it. Guess who then wants to be a part of whatever the heck it is you're doing? The people around you. So then you enroll them, and then your business grew to Emerald, and then their businesses grew to Emerald because they are also getting results. Now, granted, back to my dentist illustration, a dentist cannot make you brush your teeth, right? Like a dentist can give you a toothbrush, a dentist can give you floss, give you all the things. He can get you like the treatments, and he can scrub your teeth and all the things the hygienist can, because the dentists don't do none of that crap. But let's give mad respect to dental hygienists here. But like, and they can do a really good job in that moment, but they can't make you brush your teeth. That's the client's end of the bargain. But the client isn't going to use the toothbrush and the toothpaste if the dentist doesn't instruct them on how to use it. And so that's kind of the nutrition program thing here that we're going to talk about, because as I was talking to a client recently, one of the girls in my boot camp, and we were discussing why she isn't seeing results, even though she's doing all the workouts. And I guarantee you, I mean, homegirl's posting them on Instagram, like she's doing the workouts, but her nutrition sucks. And she's like, the inches are coming off, but the pounds are not dropping. And she has weight to lose. That is her goal, right? Why do you think that is? Inches will drop with a workout. Will pounds drop with just a workout? Probably not. Might for a little bit, especially if it's like a dramatic lifestyle change. Like I went from straight up sitting on my couch eating Cinnabon to now I'm working out 30 days or 30 minutes a day. You might see some shift on the scale, but most likely that shift on the scale is because now they're working out and they want to eat healthier. It's not most of the time because of the 30-minute workout. You could get them doing an hour-long workout. They probably are not putting themselves in a caloric deficit enough to see movement on the scale by workout alone. And what I have found in my own journey and in the journey of coaching a lot of other people throughout the years is that there's kind of a mind screw that happens when people start working out. They think that they deserve more food. They think that they've earned that extra treat. And we all know that that's not how this works, right? You don't earn food. You're not a dog. You're not giving yourself treats. You eat based upon your goals. So if your goal is to lose weight, then you need to eat according to your goals. And so that's where our 2 nutrition programs, which you guys, they come with books. Our 2 nutrition programs come into play. I'm going to give you just a little recap in case you are kind of unfamiliar with the nutrition programs. Let me move this thing again. It gets so like in my way. I gave you this graphic. It is in our team page. I'm happy to repost it. But group A is UPF, UPF. Group B is to be mindset. And I think sometimes people get very wrapped up in ultimate portion fix, and they talk about it all the time on there, or to be mindset. They talk about to be mindset. To people who don't know what to be mindset is, it doesn't make any sense. UPF, when you call it UPF, it doesn't make sense to people. So I usually talk about my like macros 101 or my nutrition 101 or my macros for dummies or my portion, I really hate using the word control just because I feel like for a lot of people that has a really negative connotation. I don't think that it's bad. It just, for me and my audience, I feel like it has kind of a negative connotation to it. But group A are the people that thrive off of structure. They need external controls. So when people are asking me about the 2 nutrition programs, the way I describe them is that some people need external controls. That's the portion containers, right? We're going to scoop, pat, pour. External controls. Internal controls are to be mindset. We're working on the core of the issues. If they could stop honking, that would be freaking great. Sorry, there's trucks and to be mindset is based upon internal controls. I call it my mindfulness eating program. It's not really intuitive eating. I see some people call it that. It's not really intuitive eating. That's a little bit different, but it's a very flexible program. If you are not familiar with them, you need to get on into Beachbody On Demand and go watch the videos and familiarize yourself with them. Because even if you're not personally using them, you are going to come across clients who will use them. And so you need to be familiar with them. They also have certification programs. Beachbody has professional level certification programs on both 2B Mindset and UPF. And so that is another kind of layer to your confidence, if you want to call it that. If it makes you feel good to have a certification under your belt, you can gain those certifications, and then you get to be certified in Ultimate Portion Fix. You get to be certified in 2B Mindset. So one of the ways that I've added a ton of oomph and volume in my group, and if you guys are in my boot camp, you see how much activity is in there, right? That did not come overnight. For many, many years in my group, it was very dead. Amanda Harold might be the only one. Maybe Amanda Collison was in there when it was real dead. Like 2 people in a night posting. No one posting a single thing. I worked really hard and focused for an entire year of building my boot camp into something that I was really, really excited about. That came with me being very emphatic about what I wanted in that group. It meant me clearly communicating expectations to the people that I enrolled. So when I would enroll them, they get that email, right? Probably Kendall, you're the only one, and I'm happy to send it to you, that did not get that email that explains exactly what I expect. I give them the expectations that they can expect from me, and then the expectation set that I have of them. So that when someone comes to me, it's almost like a self-protection issue too. When someone comes to me and says, I'm not getting any results and this sucks and I don't like your boot camp, I could say, oh, okay, cool. Like, have you done what was laid out in the expectations? Because I upheld my end of the bargain. It's kind of like, again, back to that dentist illustration. If you continually go to the dentist and you're like, my teeth suck, and he's like, did you brush your teeth at all since I saw you last? And you're like, no, I didn't. You didn't tell me I had to. Like, okay, A, why does your dentist have to tell you to brush your teeth? But B, if the expectations are laid out, it becomes their responsibility to fulfill them. You're not constantly dragging people along. And that's where a lot of the boot camp burnout comes into play. Like, I feel like I can speak really, really well to that, where A, you don't even want to show up in your boot camp because all you do is feel like you're pulling people along. Come on, people, come on. Because you aren't being clear and emphatic and authoritative in your expectations. And again, it's not a dictatorship. It doesn't mean there isn't grace for all the things. But the reality is, if you don't lay the expectations down, no one will ever hit them. They will always fall to the minimum of what you expect of them. You might get 1 or 2 people that exceed and go above and beyond, but the majority of people fall to the lowest expectation level set. So guess what happens? If you aren't setting expectation levels, it's going to hit anything. So I would encourage you to set expectations. I would encourage you, if you are not already dialed into a nutrition program, tonight is the night that you pick your nutrition plan. Are you going to follow 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix? I will be very transparent. I actually follow a hybrid of both of them, and I totally, like, if I got to, sorry guys, my throat is super dry tonight. If I got to design my own meal nutrition plan, it would be a hybrid of both. So I personally am a 2B Mindset fan. I think that Alana Molstad has the best philosophy on nutrition that is the closest to my own personal belief system after getting my master's degree in nutrition. Her nutrition plan is almost identical to what I would choose. There are a few things that I'm like, I don't know about that, but almost identical to what I would, if I created my own system, would create. One of the caveats is I think that everybody, most people anyway, have some foods that require external controls. Like, type in the chat box, we can be interactive here. What food is it? What color group, if you're going to go with UPF, needs external controls for you? I'll give you guys a second to type that in. Red and blue, says Renee. Who else? Layla, your yellows. Paige is red specifically. Kendall, yellow and orange. Ooh, orange is a really, really good one. Amanda Collison, yellow. Oh, girl. And you're American. So let's be real here. We're Americans, and the yellow is highly, highly, like, way up here for most people. For me personally, it's red and yellow. And Kendall, I'm kind of with you in that orange category. That's not always a trigger issue for me, but it can be really big. My big ones are reds and yellows. So when the very first time when I went through and did To Be Mindset, one of the things I noticed, you can see I tracked all my stuff here because I'm a good little student and I'm going to do what my teacher tells me to do, right? One of the things I noticed was when I do not measure proteins and carbs, I do not succeed in a program. That is, and a lot of that is mindset stuff, that stuff that's ingrained habitual patterns from childhood. If you're a chronic dieter, which you're going to run into a lot, even if you personally aren't, in your own helping of other people, you're going to notice a lot of people are chronic dieters. What is one of the things for low, let's attack low carb and keto specifically. What are one of the things that you're allowed to eat whatever you want of? Chicken breast. If I had grilled chicken breast and I was doing keto, do they care how much chicken breast I eat? No. What else? Bacon, avocado. I run into so many people with the avocado stuff, and I'm going to try to control my mouth about keto, but I have very strong opinions about it. Cheese, yes. Oh my gosh, cheese. You can have cheese, you can have avocado, you can have chicken, you can have beef, you can have bacon. Guys, those things still have macronutrients. And just because they are not high in carbohydrates does not mean that you can eat unlimited amounts of them and maintain a healthy body for very long. Especially, and this is where I run into a lot of, I call it repatterning, with people who are keto dropouts or low carb Atkins dropouts. They come into eating carbohydrates again, and hey, they're healthy carbs at this point. They're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go eat Whole30. That's another one. They're like, I'm going to go eat Whole30. Guess what doesn't change? Their portions. Their portions of avocado, cheese, meat, that kind of thing stays way the F up here. And now they've added all the other stuff back in. And so guess what happens to all of their macronutrients? And they're like, I don't understand. I am eating, like, yes, because you can't eat 13 ounces of chicken at a sitting. Like, it doesn't work that way. And so that's where those portion control containers come in really super handy, because it reminds our brains that a portion of protein is 4 ounces. 4, not 6, not 8, not 12, 4. Same thing with carbs. We, again, chronic dieters get all screwed up in their mind about carbs, and they think, oh, I can't have carbs, or I can only have this amount, or, whatever. I can have as much sweet potato as I want because it's not bread. I've heard that one before. Well, sweet potatoes are healthy. I can have as many sweet potatoes as I want. Okay, well, they still have all the other macronutrients too, like, they're not a free food. And so, again, I will get a little like ratchety about Weight Watchers and stuff like that. Any program that gives you free foods that aren't water and herbs, there's no such thing as a free food, you guys. They all have macronutrients in them. And that's why I really am an advocate. And the majority of the time in my groups, you're going to find a very specific blend of both portion fix and to be mindset. And that's one of the reasons why when Beachbody decided to include those in the all access packages from now on, I was over here doing the freaking happy dance, because now I don't have to pick one or the other, or I don't have to pick to be, because I always pick to be mindset for everybody, just about. I don't have to pick to be mindset and then tell them, well, except for these things, you need to kind of be a little more judicious in measuring. And I'm not saying you have to weigh your food and do all the things. That's why the scoopable containers are really helpful, because you just scoop and plop, right? But those are really, really helpful. The other thing that UPF is incredibly helpful for is understanding the difference in some of the yellows. I always review when I go through with a brand new person and we're talking about the nutrition, I always share with them some of the things that trip a lot of people up. Things like green peas, not green beans, but green peas. Things like, again, sweet potatoes, corn is a big one. People are like, well, corn's a vegetable. And I'm like, no, corn's a starch. So really helping understand what food really is really going to help, again, you in your own nutrition, but also you in your client's nutrition as well. Helps you show up with authority, again, as a coach. Don't forget to connect, or don't be afraid. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I also want to be able to open up for questions about nutrition stuff with you guys. Don't be afraid to connect with your clients about what they're sharing in your food logs, especially those of you who are hosting your own boot camps. It's really important, in my opinion, that you are asking your clients to share some form of food accountability. And again, that goes back to the fact that they're going to come whining and complaining to you about how it's not working. And you're like, all right, let's go look at your food logs. But if you didn't set the expectation that they would be posting something, you have no clout to hold with them and say, I can't help you. You kind of cut your own feet off, if you know what I mean. So be sure that you're encouraging them to log some kind of food accountability. One of the great ways to do that is with the Nutrition Plus app. You can do the Nutrition Plus app and then have them screenshot it. I have people take a photo of their To Be Mindset tracker. Like, I don't really care how you want to do it, but give me something so that I can help you. Be sure to offer tweaks, not discouragement. That's something that I feel like as I've grown as a coach, I've had to refine my own approach, because I can get kind of harsh in my heart about what people are eating. And I feel like I would not want that kind of coaching. So like, I certainly don't want to be that kind of coach, but we all know, I had a client one time who, and again, if you've been in my boot camp for long enough and you've participated, you probably know who these people are, who would do like Lucky Charms for breakfast, and then she had Chick-fil-A for lunch, and then she might have had like, you know, a couple of candy bar, like mini candies in the afternoon and some fruit, and then she had like what we would consider like an on-plan dinner. And she's like, I don't know why I can't lose weight. I did all of my workouts this month. Why have I not lost weight? Had she not posted for the last 4 days she's eaten Lucky Charms for breakfast, how would I know what she's having? I'm like, well, you're having 68 grams of sugar for breakfast every day. That might be a high probability of why things aren't working out for you. So offering tweaks, and what that typically looks like is, don't condemn a food, because all food is fine, right? There's no like off limits food in what we do. It just isn't, either it's on plan or it's not. And if you're going to choose to eat off plan, you need to understand that your results are going to be affected by that. So how often are you fine with eating off plan? How often are you okay with not seeing results? That's up to you, you know? And there's no shame in it. Nobody's trying to shame anybody. But instead of saying, don't eat Lucky Charms again for breakfast, Lucky Charms is complete and utter shit, you could give them an opportunity to eat something a little better. So and a lot of times one of the techniques I use is that I turn it back on me. So I'm like, yeah, I used to eat cereal every single day for breakfast. But you know, now I drink Shakeology every day. You might want to try a consistent, healthy breakfast, because that's going to set you up better later on. Or like one of the things I really like, sometimes I don't even address the fact that it's complete and utter crap. I'm like, one of the things that I enjoy for breakfast is granola with Greek yogurt and fruit. It's a little better rounded breakfast. So again, you can see how I've tweaked what they're doing without condemning what they're doing. So be sure that when you're offering, and if you don't understand languaging, that's okay. Like, just do the best you can, or send a screenshot to me and say, what would you say to this person? I'm happy to help you. But I feel like sometimes you need to trust yourself in the confidence that you know what you're talking about. The majority of you guys have been doing this long enough that you know what to do. And if you don't, study the nutrition programs. Like, again, if somebody is consistently eating rice at dinner and they're consistently not seeing results, encourage them to switch to a veggie-based rice. You know, like it doesn't have to be don't eat rice. It's how can we incorporate a healthier version into the rest of the day. Another way, kind of a sneaky way that I critique without critiquing, is I ask them to give me the recipe. Oh my gosh, butter chicken, that sounds amazing. Do you have the recipe for that? They give me the recipe, and then I go back in and I'm like, oh, that's really great. To make this more on plan, we could use these items. So again, I'm not condemning butter chicken. I'm refining it into a better choice. And then remember, guys, that you are the coach. Every single one of you, whether you're certified in nutrition or not, are a coach. Every single one of you, if you are committed to your own nutrition program, has the opportunity to coach another person in it. Don't question that. The people that enrolled with you because they trust you. So don't discredit yourself and act like you don't know what you're talking about and be like, oh, I don't know. Like, yes, you do. Stand up with authority. Borrow my confidence if you need to. Borrow Autumn Calabrese's confidence. Borrow Alana Molsted's confidence. But show up with authority about what you're doing. That kind of confidence is what builds the community. That's what builds the trust. It's what builds lifers in your community group, in your accountability group. So, we have about 10 more minutes. I'm going to stop the screen share. Do you guys have questions about nutrition stuff or stuff that's going on with clients that you're like, I don't know, like I want to be able to help you in real time with that kind of stuff, or any kind of feedback or takeaways from this for your own self?
Hey, I have a question. It's Renee.
Hey, there you go.
So when you have a new boot camper, I guess, and they're, you know, we're talking about which plan they're going to go with or whatever however that works. Then how do you start by just asking them to review the videos? I mean, right? That's what you ask them to do?
Yeah, that's in my email, my welcome email to them. Says, you know, go ahead and view the introduction video of the nutrition plan, and then we'll go from there. We'll discuss more details from there, because I'm assuming that you are in conversation with that person about their struggles with nutrition. If you're not, then be bold and say, what struggles with nutrition do you have? And go from there.
Okay.
I mean, 99.9% of people are going to tell you, I eat too many sweets, or I eat too many carbs, or, you know, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Paige says, I'm really struggling with getting my people to participate in accountability consistently. I've done live videos reestablishing our community expectations. I've talked with people one-on-one. I've been very consistent in my own daily accountability. How else can I get people to start caring about accountability? So number one, making it an expectation of the group from day one, that not so that hopefully you won't have to reestablish it. I mean, because guys, I'm at the point now where when people stop showing up in the accountability thread, I usually get a message, or like today, one of the things I did today, Amanda Collison, you're really like, you're my girl on this, because Amanda was like, did you mean to send me this message checking up on me? I'm like, yeah, I did, because I sent messages to every single person in my boot camp that was not logging accountability with me, other than the people who I know for a fact are doing their own boot camps. So if you have not been logging accountability with me, how the hell do I know what you're doing? And I'll tell people flat out. Like, and Paige, hopefully this answers your question. One of the things that I do is I try to go in either every other week. I mean, no less than once a month. I feel like once a month is the absolute minimum, you guys. I would do it every other week or even once a week, especially with people who are not showing up consistently that are supposed to, and calling them out on it and saying, hey, I haven't seen you show up in the accountability thread. I feel like, no, nobody on this call has done that. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I send that message to. It's copy and paste at this point. Hey, I haven't seen you showing up in the accountability thread lately. What's going on? How's everything going? Are you okay? Start the conversation with that. And because that's your job. You're their coach. They signed up with you because they want you to coach them. So hiding and making up stories for them is always really, like, that's something that I really used to struggle with. Like, well, it's back to school time. I'm sure she's just really busy with the kids. No, BS. We're all busy with the kids. Like, show up. I get a lot, well, I just forget to log accountability. Oh, one of the ways that I remember to do that is I set an alarm on my phone for 9 p.m. every night, so that it bings and goes off and tells me to log my accountability. I mean, hopefully that's helpful, Paige. Let me know if that is. But I am extremely assertive about accountability. But I also will tell you, I am extremely grace-filled in it too. That's why I have 103 people in my boot camp and probably only 20 that log, or 10, 15 that log. It's probably about 20 inconsistently and about 10 very consistent people. And that's because a lot of them have reached out and said, hey, the accountability thread is too much for me. I can't log accountability that way. I've had people that tell me that it sends them into a shame spiral. It affects their mental health because they cannot stop comparing their journey to someone else's. Okay, how else can you log accountability with me? Because I want to, my job, and I will tell them flat out, my job as your coach is to hold you accountable. How do you want me to do that? Okay, where are you? Very, very helpful. I'm going to start checking up with people. Yes. Just make it a part of your business activities, because that is, I mean, again, that's you showing up with extreme ownership of your own business. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Are you okay? Because I think more than anything, that's what people desire, is to be seen. And Renee, let me make sure did I answer your question fully before? Yeah. Okay. And the other thing I would say, and this is not specifically to Paige, it's really to everybody, myself, all the people included. If you aren't enrolling people at minimum 3 a month, your boot camp is going to lag. It's going to. You have to continually have fresh energy. People feed off of one another. And when you stop enrolling, other people stop showing up too, because there is no renewed energy. It's like that wellspring that comes up the top of every month, man, because there's new people in there and they're excited and they're jazzed for other people and they're going back and forth. Every month that brings up the energy in the group. So, I mean, that's a really hard reality to face, you guys, but it is the truth. You cannot continue to allow your boot camps to float on the people you initially built it in. I mean, I've been doing this 6 years and there's probably a handful of people that have been with me from the beginning. The other thing that I do require, and I went through a period of time this summer where I did not require, or I wasn't strict about my requirement of it, is Shakeology. Either Shakeology or the pre and post workout, or they will pay me a $40 private coaching fee. That, I can't tell you guys, if you are a certified nutrition coach with Beachbody, part of what you're allowed to do in that is to charge an additional fee. I don't charge an additional fee for my coaching if they're in the group and they enrolled in the group that way. But guys, I don't let people sit in my group that haven't had Shakeology orders for 2 months. I confront them about it. And I tell them, my time is worth, in a very nice way, my time is worth being compensated for. People that pay attention. And so if you are constantly reinforcing the value of what it is you do, and that doesn't mean, let me also be very clear about this. In my opinion, and I mean, I guess this is just an opinion, but also like I'm the leader of this team, so I'm going to call it truth and gold. If you aren't hosting a boot camp worthy, let me say it this way. If you aren't adding value into your boot camp on a daily basis and showing up as the leader of that boot camp, you don't have any business charging $40. What are they paying for? Like literally, what are they paying for if you aren't doing something? So post in there, go live, talk about your meals, get the energy up. That's something that I personally struggle with when we do these accessory groups, like where we're doing a 30-day breakaway group. I personally struggle with going live in my primary boot camp because I'm also focusing energy on there and I just only have enough. But like even with MBF, the energy in my boot camp, you could see a dramatic drop in the energy because so many people were in the MBF group that in order to keep that high, I've personally got to continually fueling that group with things that are worth $40 in a month. So that's my meal plan. That's my tweaking of their accountability. That's me going live about mindset stuff. Like, you don't have to be an expert in anything. You can, I've done, sorry, it's 4:00 now. I can cuss openly, even though I have been the whole time. If you guys need to get off, I love you. Just know that I'll post the recording. But I've gone live with 10-minute extra ads. I don't want to do it. I don't like doing extra ads. I think it's dumb. So I go live in the group and do them live in the group. I can't tell you, every time I've done that, people are like, thank you so much. I did it just because you did. That's worthy, right? Like, I didn't make up content. I literally just turned the camera on myself on Facebook Live in the private group and encouraged them to do 10-minute abs with me. Like, stop, drop, and do 10-minute abs with me, So hopefully that's helpful. Does anybody else have any exciting things or questions? Layla's about to have a baby. We're excited about that. She's about to have a baby. Well, without further ado then, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope everybody sees the Diamond Retreat information, get pumped. I'm so excited. Layla, I'm going to bring you back to your homeland. Come on, bring you back. You can do it.
I sent you screenshots, Layla, so check them out.
I know. I'll take you all hiking up Crouching Line and do the hikes and the paddles and the eating and the trainings and the pictures and all of the Hawaii things. All of it. I am like dying. No one has visited us since we moved here 18 months ago, 16 months ago, whatever it was. No one. I want to take all of the people and do all of the things. So earn the retreat so I can take you and do all of the things. You want to do the hiking? Good. Then I will take you on the hiking and I will promise I will not let you fall down a mountain. Well, I can't really promise that, but I will do my best to not let you fall down a mountain. You're welcome. And Paige knows. I go hiking with her, so she knows I like to do the good hikes. All right, you guys, I love you lots, and I will see you next week on next Thursday's call. Good night.